Meanwhile, Republicans want to quickly move on Mike Pompeo and Gina Haspel's confirmation to Fox News national security analyst Waleed Phares on how this new team will face obstacles. China and North Korea, most particularly, Waleed. We know that Rex Tillerson certainly had different ideas on whether it was North Korea or Iran or even moving the capital to Jerusalem, but it feels like Mike Pompeo is certainly on board.
Absolutely, there's a large difference. It's a policy difference. It's an experience difference. It's normal that someone who was in the Congress for many years, sitting on committees, then became the director of the CIA and was known in his ideas, will have a different output inside the State Department. But having said that, when Mr. Tillerson came in, he was appointed. He basically did not have a team in foreign policy. He had excellent knowledge and teams in international economy. But when it comes to the State Department, this is an ancient institution. It is very sophisticated. So the only condition for a new secretary to be able to change the foreign policy of the United States, to address those files, North Korea, Iran, Arab-Israeli conflict, is that you need to have your own people. That's the challenge that Mr. Pompeo will have to have.
Although, before even having your own people, doesn't it help when you have the ear of the president and the confidence and the respect from the commander-in-chief as well?
Absolutely. This is 50% on day one. If you have the support of the White House, the chief executive, obviously you can do much more. I'll take you back basically to the 8 years of the Bush administration. There were both the Secretary of State and the White House were in line. Yet the bureaucracy of the State Department had different views. It did not really change between Clinton and Obama. So you have to have both. You have to have the support of the president, but you have to have your own vision, which is very important, and also the team with whom you're going to be working with.
Well, we know when Pompeo was, came out of Kansas with a tough national security background when he went into Congress. People give him high marks for his tenure at the CIA. What does it mean now with respect to how tough will we be? The potential talks between Kim Jong-un and President Trump. How hard of a line will the administration take now?
Well, one thing to the advantage of Mr. Pompeo is that he knows the stuff for many, many years. For example, if somebody at the State Department wants to explain to him what the Iran deal is, what the behavior of the Iranian regime is, he knows exactly what to expect. He will give directives. He is not going to rely only on the input. He will have his own input. I do expect, though, that on Korea, he and the president will be hand in hand moving forward, gathering allies. On Iran, both of them, the White House and the State Department, though they will be tough, they need to have an actual plan. So the action is going to be in the region. What kind of coalition we're going to have with us? The president already has an Arab coalition. Will he address the Europeans? So it's going to be more crafting. It will be different. It will be tougher if this is the term we need to describe it with.
Okay, well, I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Thanks a lot, Waleed.